just one thing. Imagine that the mind is a glass sphere. Within that sphere, whirling around are judgments, perceptions, language, memories, consciousness, and thinking. Before we began to wake up, we lived inside of that glass sphere. But one day we got a glimpse that something else was possible. Someone or something informed us. It told us to look. Look to the left, look to the right, look up, look down. It doesn't matter what direction, just look. And when we did, we saw that there was something else, some other perception, something other than where we were at. We saw that we were inside of the mind, but we didn't have to live inside of the mind anymore. We could live as the witness. We could live outside of the mind as the observer. We could remove ourselves from the drama of the mind. It is important that we stop identifying with the mind and with the body. It is important that we begin to feel into our identity as the observer, as soul, as source itself. This mind and this body are the tools that are used to work out the karma or the various neuroses of the soul. This is the work of the soul, to be fully with what we feel without the story of the ego. We are soul, all of us, even that person is a soul. They too are a divine being of light having a human experience. They too are part and parcel of Source itself. Our preferences only exist on this plane, and this plane is relative. It is not absolute. We must work to identify with the observer that sees the drama of the mind, the awareness that lives outside of the phenomena of the mind. We must recognize grasping and clinging when they're happening, and in that moment loosen our grip that we have on our desires. We must loosen our grip on our expectations, especially our expectations of others. We must work to remember that we are soul. When we feel that we are being pushed to the edge, we must remember that that is the mind. Soul does not get pushed to the edge. To the soul there is no edge. There is nothing to defend. Soul sees the grasping and clinging of the ego and remembers. It remembers that all of this is deserving of skillful action, skillful speech, and most of all, compassion. The soul understands that there is no other, just one thing looking at itself.